It was a great game, but how about those Chiefs?
Welcome back to another episode of Sports on the Diesel as the Kansas City Chiefs win their second Super Bowl in the last 4 years here. 38-35 over the Philadelphia Eagles here in Super Bowl 57. Phenomenal game. A game well worth watching over again for sure. Patrick Mahomes, your MVP, 21-27, 182 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. Most importantly, 6 carries for 44 yards. Believe it or not, the Kansas City Chiefs outrushed the Philadelphia Eagles offense here. They rushed for over 150 yards on the ground here. They averaged over 6 yards a carry in this football game. They did more with less in the passing game, and it worked perfectly. They had a great balance of pass and run. Pacheco here, a phenomenal game, 15 carries, 76 yards and a touchdown. I told you Travis Kelce was going to be a big and important factor. He had the touchdown early in the ball game, 6 catches, 81 yards. The offensive line held up, prevented Patrick Mahomes from getting sacked once in this football game against a defense that had sacked the quarterback 78 times throughout the regular season and postseason. But you also had Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 catches, 53 yards. He had big catches in that second half. He had six out of his 7 catches were in the second half of this football game. A heartfelt effort by the Philadelphia Eagles. Nothing to hang their heads about here. Jalen Hurts, 304 yards, pass for a touchdown, an historic night for him as he went 15 carries, 70 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. The last player to have 3 rushing touchdowns in a game was Terrell Davis for the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 32 against the Green Bay Packers. Devontae Smith, 7 catches, 100 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 6 catches, 60 yards. Some fantastic catches all the way around. We had Kelce going low for catches. We had Goddard going off the helmet for catches. Same thing with Devontae Smith. He had a catch that ended up getting reversed and being called incomplete. A phenomenal effort on both sides. A game well worth watching all over again. But when we get to the nitty-gritty of this game, we talk about time of possession in this game. To be fully honest, the only way Philadelphia was going to win this game is if they had 40 minutes or more in time of possession. It was 35 minutes and 47 seconds, time of possession. Philly won the possession based off the first half. The first half, they had over 21 minutes of possession, and the Kansas City Chiefs didn't even have 9 minutes of possession that first half, and that's why they had the 24-14 lead at halftime. The whole entire second half was a completely different story. Overall, Philadelphia had more than 60% of the possession. They still lose this football game. Did the Philadelphia Eagles blow this football game? Are you kidding me? They absolutely blew this football game. I'm absolutely pissed because when you look at the first half attack for the Philadelphia Eagles, they had 22 passes, 22 rushes in the first half. Well-balanced offense. In the second half, they had 17 passes to their 9 rushes. They did twice as many passes to the rush. Yes, Kansas City had more of the possession in the second half. It was more even in the second half based off possession. But they went away from the run game and running with the football with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was averaging almost 5 yards a carry. I understand Gainwell, Boston Scott, and Miles Sanders. Those 3 guys combined averaged 3.4 yards a carry. And to think that Philadelphia passed the football more than they rushed the football, this defense forced the Philadelphia Eagles to run away, literally run away from their run game and pass the football over and over and over again in this second half. The fumble return for touchdown ends up being a big part in this game early in the game. As much as I want to get to that, we knew Patrick Mahomes was going to play in the second half and go nuts in the second half, even on a hobble foot. We saw him do it in the last 2 playoff games against Jacksonville and against Cincinnati in the AFC title game. What made you think that Patrick Mahomes was going to come out of this football game? Absolutely nothing. There was nothing in our minds about that. Absolutely hate that everyone gave credit to Kansas City's offense and no one pointed the finger at Kansas City's defense and what they did to force Philadelphia off their run game. I am absolutely pissed off about that because analysts should know that by far. Kansas City's defense is the ultimate reason why they had time of possession, because they forced at least 1 3-and-out. They forced a couple of short possessions for the Philadelphia Eagles, gave Mahomes the football. They kept that Kansas City defense off the field, because I'll tell you right now, if Philadelphia had more than 40 minutes of possession, we wouldn't be talking about this game. Philadelphia wins this game probably by two scores. Like, that's how important that is. Let me know on what you guys think about this. We're always going to talk about the controversial flags in Super Bowls. Most importantly, last year we had the 2 flags inside the red zone against the Cincinnati Bengals, which led to the Cooper Kupp touchdown pass. This time we have that holding call against Bradbury and again on Juju Smith-Schuster. And to me, it's such a tough call. He definitely grabbed him. There's no doubt in my mind he grabbed him. That's a 50-50 call in my book. That call could have gone either way. It's tough. That's how the game goes. Thank you guys again so much for your time. If you guys haven't already, please have a like and a subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to see all your faces in the next one. Deuces.